I just painted this yesterday. I put epoxy sealer on it. Then I put 4 full wet coats of base coat paint. And then I put 2 coats of intercoat clear. And I want to show you, this is your bullshit Optex this is your Optex Super Build Primer. Evercoat. This is your Evercoat junk fucking shit. And I don't know if you can see it, but if you look real close, now this has epoxy primer on it. This has 4 or 5 coats of 2K high build primer on top of the Super Build, and then it's got epoxy primer on top of that, and 4 coats of paint and 2 coats of intercoat clear. And you can see the pink dye, the pink shit of the Optex fucking Evercoat primer bleeding through every fucking coat of paint and primer on this fucking fender. Bleeds through right here. Here's a bleed through right here. You can see the lines. I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but I'm telling you, this stuff has fucked up this whole fucking front end. If you look real close, this is 5 coats. 5 fucking coats of high build U-Pole primer. For me to fix this, I will have to sand this whole fucking front end down. I will have to reprime it with I don't know fucking what. I guess put sealer on it, then reprime it. I have to do this whole fucking front end of this car over. It's got to be completely redone.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
I just got done pulling all the tape and paper off of the Baja after painting all the yellow on the vehicle. Now let me go back in time here. I repainted this vehicle. I'm restoring this car. You can see that. It's a beautiful car. I took all the old paint off of the vehicle. I took it down to the bare bondo and the bare metal of the car. I had this walnut shell blasted. This was walnut shell blasted to remove all the paint. This is a fiberglass front clip to remove all the paint and all of the old deteriorating chemicals that were on it to restore it. I got 3 weeks in this front end. 3 weeks of hard labor. I got over $175 for blasting. I got over $200, $300 or $400 in materials. We're talking primers, we're talking bondos, we're talking paint, we're talking tape, we're talking everything. It took me a month to get this car in paint-ready stage. Paint-ready stage. Now, before we go any further, I want to let you know I've been in business for 43 years. I've been in business 43 years paying my taxes. I know what I'm doing. I'm not a dumbass. I got over 6,000 videos on YouTube. I built over 478 fiberglass kit cars. And we're not talking just putting them together. We're talking some start to finish turnkey fucking cars here. I painted cars and done body work and rust repair and metal fabrication and everything else that's involved in building and restoring restoration custom vehicles. So I know what I'm doing. I know how to use the product. I know what's wrong, what's bad, and what's not right. So I used a product on this vehicle called Evercoat Optex Super Build. Now, I am not prone to the Optex brand product with the pink dye in it. I took a chance and I used the Optex Super Build primer made by Evercoat. And what has happened is that after I block sanded all of the Super Build down to literally taking it off the car, I got detailed pictures of everything. The only thing was left was the outline of the primer that was left on the vehicle, the outline of the pink dye from where it actually filled it in, because when you use Super Build primer, it is not a primer for paint, it is a filler primer. It is a super high filler primer to level your car out when you have a lot of body work. When I stripped this vehicle down, the roof had extreme bodywork on the top of it, and on the passenger side of the vehicle, that door was full of Bondo, and then I did major bodywork over here where this was crushed in and it had Bondo in this area here. There was bodywork in this quarter panel here and the door all over. So it was an overall, basically Bondo buggy. Now I didn't realize this until I actually stripped the old paint off the car. The old paint that was on the car was acrylic enamel, so it came off very easy. I used my D.I.Y sander to remove it, and then I went from there. The next thing I did is I went ahead and did all the overall bodywork on the vehicle. At that time, I had this blasted to remove all the paint, like I said earlier. I got this piece back. I went ahead and did all the bodywork. I filled all the pinholes. I leveled everything out and did everything I could with Bondo and hand sanding. And then once I was done, I went to the paint store to buy some Evercoat Super Build primer. Well, the only thing that store carried in stock was the Evercoat Optex Super Build primer. Optex, with this pink fucking shit in it that is claimed to fame to be a built-in guide coat. I did not want to purchase it at that time. I should have waited 2 or 3 days and ordered it. But since I have to travel 150 miles to the paint store, I didn't want to have to drive all the way back and then wait 2 or 3 days to get it and then drive all the way there and all the way back. So I went ahead and took a chance on getting the Optex bullshit, that's what I just said, scam bullshit trash built-in guide coat primer. It took me almost a week to block sand this car out with that crappy ass shithole fucking pink crap. After I was done block sanding and blocked it out to perfection where everything was filled in, we got rid of all the excess primer that we didn't want, this, that, and the other, because that's what filler primer is for. It is not a primer that you paint on top of. It is a primer that you put on 2 to 3 full wet coats, you block it down to level everything out. So after I did that, the pink shit was still around some of the edges, and it was still inside this stupid fucking shit that they call Optex. It was inside it still. And what has happened, it has bled through, not just the paint, okay, and you can see it right here. You can see that is the pink crap, the dye that is used in this Optex primer. Now let me tell you this. Let me go ahead and tell you this before I go any further. What the primer that you are looking at on top of this car is five full wet coats of U-Pol high build primer on top of the Optex scumbag bullshit crap. Now, I have used Super Build for many, many years. And this is the first time I've ever used the Optex shit, okay? I have used Super Build for many, many fucking years with no problem at all. I have put it on, blocked the car out, put 2 to 3 full wet coats of high build 2K primer, and go down the road, and we're done. That's it. No bleed through, no nothing. Works fabulous. But this Optex brand scumbag bullshit crap has ruined this fucking car. It has ruined it. I don't know if you are able to see in the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it, but you can see all the outlines and all of the pink shit that has bled through not just the 5 coats of primer, but the full wet coat of epoxy primer, 4 coats of yellow paint, and 2 coats, you got it, 2 fucking coats of Intercoat clear. It looks like, if you were standing here, it looks like veins. It looks like red veins going through the fucking car. Unfucking believable that I got over a month's work in this shit, and now I have to redo this whole fucking car over. You can see right here, if you get down here, can you see that right there? Can you see that? That is 5 coats of fucking 2K primer, a coat of epoxy primer, 4 coats of fucking yellow paint. Unfucking believable, that's what it is. Unfucking believable. If you look at the roof right in this area, you can see that pink shit. Okay, and all this has been blocked. This has been blocked where there was no fucking pink shit left. All the pink was gone. All right? So that means that whatever fucking chemical or dye that they're using is all the way through that fucking primer and is just leaching out and bleeding out to the surface of the fucking car. The only other thing that I can do without stripping this down to bare fucking metal and starting over is take this shit right here, this fucking shit here, and yeah, it's made by Evercoat too, okay? I will have to take this, and before I put this on, I will have to put a full wet coat of epoxy primer on top of it. And then once that's done, we might be able to paint the fucking car. But by the time we get that done, we'll have 29 fucking coats of primers and sealers and paint and all this other fucking shit, and it'll be a fucking shithole, piece of shit fucking paint job. Fucking bitch. I called the factory. The lady that answered the phone, the customer service lady, didn't know anything about anything. She didn't have answers for anything. Now this is somebody that is a customer service representative and that is representing this worldwide multi-trillion-dollar company. This is the problem we have with your situation. Can I talk for a minute? Where did I buy it? I bought it at a paint and body supply store, ma'am. This is the problem you have with paint and body shop supplies. When you open the can, the warranty is void. Your Optex hot pink Optex built-in guide coat primer sucks. You got a PDF file and technical data sheets that are telling you how to do all this, and you can't even do what you say on the technical data sheets. There's no way you're going to start sanding this crap that is hard as a rock with 180 grit and work your way down to 320, and then you're saying that it's sandable primer? A super build primer that's specifically designed to fill. You're telling people to paint their cars with it, that it's a paintable primer.
Do you have the can with you, sir?
I have the can in a box, getting ready to send it back to you with the hardener. Am I going to get a refund on this or not? Yes or no?
And I'm sorry to hear that you're upset.
I know exactly what this product is. It's super built with the Optex crap in it that's supposed to be a built-in, your specialty built-in guide coat that ain't worth a crap. Okay? It's a joke. It's junk. Mm-hmm. I've used super build many, many times without the Optex crap in it. And it works beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't have a problem with super build. The problem is OPTEX. All right? It's junk. Mm-hmm. This stuff is total trash, okay, ma'am? total trash.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way.
I got it in a box, I'm sending it back, and I want a full refund of what I paid for this trash.
Okay, you need to get a full refund from the company that sold.
And I knew for a fact, before I even called you, that that's exactly what you were going to say to me. I knew that.
Okay. What I would recommend you do is speak to the one that called and left you a message.
Is he going to give me a refund?
Down there.
Is he going to give me a refund?
You need to talk to him.
Why would I need to talk to him? I'm talking to the corporation. Why do I need to talk to a rep when I'm talking to you?
He can determine if it was our product or if it was something else that caused the issue.
Okay.
And then he will advise us. That's what his job is.
Oh, I see.
He's a field rep. He's
I
a
see.
rep.
Is he going to come all the way to Moab, Utah to inspect my product? From, where's he at? Tyler, Texas?
Okay, so your phone number is...
I don't give a shit what my phone number is. I can have a phone number from New York City. This is 2024, ma'am.
Time and I will hang up the phone. I did nothing.
Okay, so now, hold on.
I asked you a simple question.
Hold on. Now you're threatening me that you're going to hang the phone up because I am an unsatisfied customer of your product.
That's not a threat, sir.
You just threatened and said, I will hang up on you. You just said that.
Okay, you have a wonderful day, sir. Thank you for calling.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? She said that this guy will call me, or here's this guy's number, call him, our representative. I call that guy, and of course he wants to be best friends with me. We're buddies, and you did this and did that, and what did you do, and when did you do it, and blah, 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 blah.
You know, when my customers started with 120 and then go to 180, but if you start with 180, it'll just laugh at you.
Mm-hmm. I use
across the top.
I've been using this stuff for over 20 years, and I have always had to start with 80 grit. And then I finish it out with 180 after I get it all where I want it, and then I can go ahead and apply my 2K primer on top of that.
Sure.
I used this product on I believe it was a 69 442. Oh no, it was a 70 model 442 Oldsmobile on the roof. I let it sit outside. That was on bare metal. And it shrunk down and it peeled right off.
And it had rust under it.
No, it didn't have rust under it. It had bare metal and Bondo. I don't paint rust, sir.
But what I'm saying is, polyester can't be put out in the rain, Pete.
It wasn't out in the rain.
Inside.
It was in the middle of the summer. It sat out there for a week because I was working on something else. I pulled it in, and the primer shrunk down, and it peeled off in big sections. I ended up completely grinding the whole roof down, and from that minute on, I always put sealer on the bare metal before I use this product, or Featherfield G2 as well. So I'm familiar with your products, okay?
Okay.
I'm very familiar with your products. I went ahead and applied the 2K primer on top of the Optex pink crap here, and I ended up putting 5 coats of this primer on top of your stuff because the pink that was left behind, all right, around the edges of the primer that I block sand bled straight through. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you again, I don't know if I told you this, I have never had a problem. The only time I ever had a problem with Super Build is that time when I put it on direct to bare metal with Bondo. And it shrunk back and peeled off. But other than that, I've never had a problem with it. It's always block sanded out good. I've told everybody about it. But this Optex stuff, in my opinion, is trash.
Now, there could be something wrong because we recommend you sand all the pink off of it, and I figured if you did it with 80 grit, you got all the pink off of it.
How are you? That's right. But when you are using it as a filler, like that's what it is, Super Build, what do we call this? Ultra Primer Filler, Polyester Primer Surface Filler High Build, because that's what people use it for, to level out their bodywork.
Yeah, I've been in this business for
you sound like
50 now total, so.
How many?
I've been in the business for 50. I've been working for Evercoat for 30.
All right.
So I've seen some things, buddy.
You seem like a very nice guy and very respectful, but what I'm trying to say is what's happening with this is it's leaving the pink dye residue or whatever around the edges of where you're filling it in and possibly other places, okay? And I'm not saying it's all pink. I'm just talking around the edges of where it filled it in, or maybe a little spot here or something there.
Here's the thing. We make it 1,100 gallons at a time, and I need to know if there's a bad batch out there, buddy.
Well, how would you feel if you went through all the process of restoring a car and then this happens, and if the high build primer does not work on the vehicle, you're going to have to strip the whole car and redo the whole thing? All because of some pink dye that's supposed to,
Tell me something. When you started sanding on the 2K primer, you said it was rubbery?
No, I haven't even sanded the 2K primer.
Okay.
And it's not rubbery, it's fine. What I was saying
what color are you going to paint this car?
I'm painting it yellow and blue.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter the color. All I'm trying to tell you is the pink of the primer bled through to the 2K primer. Now, when I go to sand this stuff, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be sanding on it today.
That's a deal. Would you call me back later today after you sand on it and let me know where it stopped, if it bled through anywhere?
Okay, I'll tell you what, Tom. I'll go ahead and call you back. You got my phone number. If you want to text me your email address, that would be great.
Okay.
The only time I use this is when there's major body work. All right?
Right.
I will only use this, like I said, if the door has major body work, I'll spray the door with it. That's it. I will not use it on the whole vehicle because I don't believe in taking spray-on Bondo, which this is basically, to me, one step down from slick sand spray-on Bondo. All right? And then you got your feather-filled G2, which is one step up from 2K, which I think the G2 works great. I love that stuff. All right?
Right.
I've never, ever used a whole roll of 80 grit, a roll and a half of 80 grit to sand a Volkswagen Beetle that doesn't even have rear fenders and a deck lid on it.
No, it don't make sense to me either. Well, I'm going to ask you this, Pete. I'm just going to ask you.
Go ahead.
If you see bleed through, what paint do you spray?
What do you mean, what paint?
What brand of paint do you spray? I don't care.
PPG.
I'm just asking you. Do you spray PPG or?
Yes, PPG.
What about putting a dark epoxy sealer over the top of it?
Well, I'm going to put a sealer on it before I paint it anyway.
No, but I'm saying epoxy will hold down that bleed.
My main products that I use are PPG products. All right?
Okay.
The primer that I use, the 2K primer that I use that I've been using for the last 10 years is U-Pol 2K high build primer.
Okay.
And I've never ever had a problem with it until this pink stuff, okay?
So, I hear what you're saying, but you wouldn't believe how much that I sell, buddy.
I bet you sell millions of it.
I sell more of it now than we do anything because it works for everybody.
Yeah, I know. I'm the only one that's ever had problems with it.
I'm just telling you that, brother. I'm out here. Hey, look. I'm where the rubber meets the road. I ain't sitting in the office.
Right.
I'm on the street. I'm seeing people like Pete every day.
Okay.
I can't tell you how many restoration shops I got.
Okay. I hear you.
Use it every day.
Mm-hmm. So I'm the only one in the world that's ever had problems with it. I get it. I got to go.
No.
I got to go, bud. I got to go. I got another call. I've had 3 people call me. I'll text you that batch number. You have a great day. My phone's ready to die out. And in the end, you're the only one that's ever complained about it. This is the best stuff in the fucking world. We make hundreds and thousands of gallons of this stuff. It's the best shit that was ever made. Here is a line of texts. I actually sent him, this is the bottom of the can with the batch number on it. So then I texted him and kept texting him and texting. He never texted me back. Never did nothing. I finally send him pictures of the vehicle and I send him situations and tell him exactly what happened. And this is where we're at now, right here. Who the fuck is going to pay for this? Bleed through, straight through epoxy sealer and paint. So we're gonna go ahead and try to call him. And once again, see if he'll answer the phone. I'm speculating that he won't answer the phone and he is ignoring me.
Please leave your message for 9.
So there you go. There's your corporation. There's your big time trillion-dollar fucking people that sell products and don't take care of the consumer that's fucking buying them. That's the real deal right there. So basically I'm on my own on this deal and nobody's gonna help me. So since I have it all taped off like it is, I will go ahead and wet sand this clear, this sealer. I'll go ahead and wet sand that. We'll get that sanded up there. I'll go ahead and sand all this shit down. And before we strip it down to bare metal, and I pay Sandblaster Steve to blast the whole car down to fucking metal, because that's what it's gonna take, I'll go ahead and use the G2 Feather Fill Primer on it and see what that fucking does. So let's see if it bleeds through that. Unfucking believable. I do not fucking believe this shit. If you are a consumer and you are painting your car, I am going to tell you right now, anything that has Evercoat on it with Optex, any product of Evercoat that has Optex, O-P-T-E-X, or however you spell it, stay the fuck away from it. It is total trash. It's a piece of shit. It's fucking scumbag. Fucking look, it's bled all the way up here. Everything's bled through. Everything. It looks like red veins. It looks like red veins bleeding through the fucking paint. I don't know if you can see that, but now everywhere I look, now everywhere I look on it, oh, it's all over the fucking roof up here. Look at that. Yeah, it's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. You'd be a pissed off motherfucker too, okay?